I used to think you had to talk to be heard, fill the air, own the room. But the loudest men I met were the quickest to fall. So I stopped trying to match their noise, started measuring my words, started letting silence do the heavy lifting. And I learned the less I spoke, the more they listened. I cut out the fillers, the pleasantries, the easy truths, left only what I could stand behind. When the lights got hard and the knives came out, now I speak like I'm counting bullets. 1, 2, 3, each one meant to hit. No warning shots. It's not that I'm shy, I've seen too much for that. It's that I know the cost of saying more than you need. Words can trap you, bury you, make you bleed without a blade. But silence keeps your hands clean, while the room tears itself apart. I've stood in circles of men who argued themselves weak, and when they turned to me, I gave them one sentence sharp enough to cut the air in half. And then I stopped, because once you've said enough, anything more is surrender. They call it mysterious, they call it cold, they call it dangerous, I call it efficient. I've seen deals crumble if someone couldn't keep quiet. I've seen lives saved because a man swallowed the truth and made it work in his favor. Now when I open my mouth, it's not to fill space, it's to end it. And when I close it again, that's when they feel the weight. I learned to speak by saying less, and in a world full of noise, that's the only way to be heard.
Knife cuts skin, silence cuts inside. It doesn't draw blood, it lets you bleed yourself. I've watched men fumble for words just to fill the space I left. Watch them reveal what they swore they'd never say, all because I didn't give them anything to lean on. Quiet is patient, it waits, it sharpens while they sweat. It makes them hear their own heart too loud. Knives are quick, they strike and it's over. Silence stay, it follows you home, it keeps you awake. I've sat across from enemies who thought they were winning, 'cause I hadn't spoken, and I watched them sink with every second. I didn't throw a rope. The trick is to hold it steady. Don't flinch, don't break eye contact. Let them feel the weight of every word you're not giving them. Quiet turns minutes into hours, turns doubt into confession, turns strength into apology. I've seen proud men offer deals they swore they'd never make, just to hear my voice and know where I stood. They never realized the moment they begged for sound. The fight was already over. Silence carves deeper than knives, 'cause you don't see the wound at first, you feel it later when the room's empty and you're still replaying what wasn't said. I walk into rooms and people stop mid-sentence, not because I demand it, 'cause I don't need to speak to start the cutting. That's the part they never understand. Knives need hands. Silence works on its own.
I don't pace, I don't twitch, I stand still, and it's enough. Stillness makes people nervous, they expect motion, noise, something to read. But when I give them nothing, they start to fill the gap themselves, and that's when they trip. My stillness has a weight, it presses down, not like a hand on your shoulder, like the air just got heavier, like breathing took work. I've been told I look like I'm waiting. Truth is, I'm deciding, and until I decide, nothing moves. You can talk around me, you can shout, you can try to draw me out, but the longer I stand still, the smaller your voice sounds. Stillness turns the room into a clock, every second louder than the last, every tick reminding you that I'm not on your time. I've watched men fold under it, not because I threatened them, because they couldn't handle how sure I was that I didn't have to.
Stillness isn't passive, it's loaded. It's the moment before a trigger's pulled, the calm before you realize the storm isn't coming. It's here and it's just watching. In doorways and on the room without crossing the floor, because my presence filled every step they thought they had. My stillness isn't emptiness, it's choice, it's control. It's the kind of quiet that makes you think about everything you wish you hadn't done. So I stay still, let the weight do the talking, let the pressure do the cutting. Cause once you feel it, you don't forget it. My stillness has a weight, and it only gets heavier the longer I stand. I don't interrupt, I don't correct, I let them talk. Cause every word they throw takes weight off my shoulders and hangs it around their neck. People think talking is strength, they think sound fills space, that volume wins ground. But the truth is, the more they say, the more they reveal. I've sat across from men who thought they were in control, spilling plans, boasting about power, explaining what they'd do to me. And I just nodded, let them keep digging. By the time they realized they'd given me the map, the keys, and the timing, it was too late. Silence doesn't rush, it waits for the echo. It lets your own words turn on you. And when you finally stop, you feel the weight of what you've given away. That's when I speak, not to argue, to close one sentence and the whole thing ends. I don't win by shouting, I win by listening, by letting them drain themselves dry, trying to fill the space I leave. Every pause I give feels like a challenge, so they keep going, keep trying to prove something I never asked for. And with each word they lose ground. I've seen rooms turn against a man before I ever opened my mouth, because I let him do the work for me.
quiet, full, ready. It's not my voice that starts them. That's the breath before it. One hand, slow.
Measured like I'm pulling the air away from everyone else. Like the next thing I do will decide who walks out of here whole. I've seen rooms full of noise lock up at the sound of my lungs working. Men mid-argument, mid-laugh, mid-lie, all of them turning, waiting. Because they know I don't waste breath. If I'm filling my chest, something's about to change. It's not magic, it's memory. They remember what happened the last time. I exhaled with intent, how fast the room went from loud to listening. How fast decisions were made without me having to raise a hand. Breathing is supposed to be life for me, it's leverage. It's a reminder that I control the pace. I decide when we move, when we stop, when we end. Sometimes I take longer between breaths just to watch the tension climb, to make them realize they've been holding theirs without meaning to see who cracks first. I've stood in meetings where my breathing was the only sound worth hearing, and every inhale was a warning, every exhale a verdict. It's not power you shout about, it's power they feel. In the part of themselves they can't command. Rooms freeze when I breathe because they know the air I let go will be heavier than the silence that came before it. And when I finally speak, it's never to explain, it's to end the question they were too afraid to ask.
Don't laugh out loud, not in front of them. The sound would be too kind, too easy to read. Instead, I let the corner of my mouth move, just enough for them to wonder, just enough for them to question if they've just made the worst mistake of their life. It's not joy, it's not humor, it's recognition. That moment when I see the play they think they're making and realize I've already won. I run laugh behind closed lips, that's the soundless victory. The one you feel in your teeth, the one that tastes like patience finally paying off. People fear anger, but anger is loud, predictable, easy to provoke. Fear the quiet smile, that's the one that knows, that's the one that's already decided what you'll lose. I've stood across tables while they talk too much, promised too big, believed too hard, and I kept my lips sealed, because every word they gave me was another reason to smile inside. Doesn't need air, it's made of steel, forged from nights I held my tongue while the world tried to break me. It's the soundless reminder that I don't need to raise my voice to cut deep. They never ask why I'm smiling, they don't want the answer, they just start second guessing themselves, and that's when I know I've already broken their balance. Iron laughs don't echo, they settle in the chest, in the gut, right where doubt grows fastest. So I keep my lips closed, let them wonder, let them feel the weight of a victory they can't see yet. Because the loudest winds die quick, but the silent ones, they last.
Get repeated, shouted, carved into wood. Mine doesn't need that. It's spoken once, and the room adjusts. I've noticed something when my name is said. The echo doesn't bounce back, it bends, slips around me like even sound knows not to touch what it can't carry. That's not fear, that's recognition. The kind that comes from history you can't write down without burning the page. I've walked into places where voices died mid-sentence, not because I asked for quiet, but for quiet arrived. The second I did, it's in the way I shift, in the way the walls seem closer, in the way even footsteps try to land softer. Doesn't echo, it sinks straight down through skin and bone into whatever part of a man remembers his worst night. And I don't rush to fill the silence that follows. I let it stretch, let it twist, let it make them think about what it means that even sound steps lightly around me. Are only loyal to those who make noise. Me, I've earned the kind of loyalty that bends reality itself just to give me space. Spoken, I don't answer, I let the quiet do it, 'cause the echo already knows I was here before it, and I'll be here when it dies. Echoes bend around my name, and the ones who hear it never forget why. Most men think deals end with a handshake or a signature or a price. They don't. They end with a pause. The right one placed so clean it cuts through whatever came before. I've sat across from liars and kings, from men who thought they'd already won. And I've let them finish their pitch, their promises, their desperate little speeches. Then I stop, not with words, with nothing. That's when they feel it, that drop in the air, that weight in the chest, the space they didn't plan for. Silence is an absence, it's a mirror, and when I hold it up at the right moment, they see everything they didn't want to. I can watch their confidence unravel, one heartbeat at a time. Their smile fades first, then the eyes shift, then the fingers twitch. By the time they speak again, it's to try and patch a wound they can't even see. The pause works because it's honest. It tells them, I don't need you. It tells them, you're already giving me more than I asked for. It tells them, you're just lost. And the best part, they don't know when it's coming. It's not tied to my temper, it's tied to theirs. The moment they lean forward too far, the moment they think they've got me cornered, that's when I drop the space between us like a blade from the ceiling. Most men can survive a bad deal, not many can survive knowing they handed it to you themselves. The pause that ends the deal doesn't need explanation. When I stand, it's already done. When I turn, they already know. I don't slam doors, I don't raise my voice. I just leave them in that gap I made and let them live there.
I don't knock, I don't send word ahead. Still, they know. Because silence walks ahead of me, it turns corners before I do. It slides through doorways, pulls the air tight, makes conversation stumble. By the time my boots touch the floor, the room's already rearranged itself. I've seen men lower their voices before they even see me, watched eyes shift to the ground like they were caught in something I hadn't asked about yet. Silence isn't just absence, it's a signal, a shadow that moves faster than light. And mine has a way of getting there first. It's not fear, not exactly, it's expectation. Like they know whatever happens next won't sound like they thought it would. Silence walks ahead of me 'cause it knows my pace. It's been with me through streets on fire, through rooms full of knives and promises, through deals that died before they could breathe. Has learned how to push doors open without touching them, how to make a crowd part without force, how to set a stage for something they'll remember longer than my words. Sometimes I hear it working, the cough that stops halfway, the chair that doesn't scrape, the clock ticking too loud in the corner. That's how I know it's ready, that's how I know. The moment I step in, everything will hold still enough to cut. I don't need to rush, the silence is already doing the work. All I have to do is arrive. It stays behind. echoes in the air, making sure they understand that I'll be back. Silence walks ahead of me, and it leaves nothing the same.
I don't stay long, never have, but I stay just enough to leave the air different. When I go, they try to fill the space quick. Voices pick up, chairs scrape louder. Laughter gets forced, but it doesn't land right. It never does. 'Cause after I'm gone, the noise feels wrong. It's not that they miss me, it's the room remembers how it sounded when I was in it, how every sound had to measure itself against my silence. Now without that weight, everything feels too light, too cheap, like the walls themselves don't believe it. I've walked out of bars that stayed quiet for hours after, offices where the phones kept ringing but no one wanted to answer, factories where the machines hummed softer like they knew the wrong person might hear them. Noise without me is like a story with no ending. It keeps going but it doesn't matter, it doesn't stick. And deep down they know the balance is off, the center's missing, the anchor's gone. That's not ego, that's presence. You can't fake it, you can't replace it. You either carry it, or you remember the one who did. So they keep talking, keep laughing, keep making all the noise they can, but it's not the same. It's just sound, not weight. I've left my share of places behind, never looked back. But I felt it, that shift in the air when the silence I left starts pulling at the edges of the noise until it all feels hollow. And when it happens they stop, even for a second, even without knowing why. Because after I'm gone, the noise feels wrong, and it will.